A major win for Ripple in the UK has changed the entire regulatory framework for XRP adoption.
The UK's reputation for financial integrity and innovation makes it an ideal market for responsible digital asset adoption. And today, I'm proud to announce a major regulatory milestone. Ripple has secured its electronic money institution license and crypto asset registration from the UK's Financial Conduct Authority. This is a major step forward for regulated digital asset here in the United Kingdom. And crucially, this license enables us to bring our flagship offerings, including Ripple payments, directly to UK institutions. The UK is already one of Ripple's largest office hubs outside the US, a clear reflection of our continuous investment in the region's talent and infrastructure. And now with this license, we can lean into the market even more.
Everything just became official after Ripple received full FCA approval in the United Kingdom, covering both an EMI license and full regulatory registration under UK law. That approval represents a full regulatory green light for institutional adoption in the United Kingdom. This license enables Ripple to fully issue and move electronic money across the entire UK territory. This maneuver enables regulated payment flows, bank-level infrastructure, and real financial rails running in full production environments. In addition, FCA crypto registration confirms Ripple's ability to provide crypto-related services in full compliance with UK regulations. This move removes regulatory uncertainty and positions Ripple in the same playing field as other major financial institutions and central banks. The implications extend far beyond markets' volatility and short-term speculation. UK banks and UK-based companies can now legally integrate Ripple's payments technology with digital assets, enabling fast, compliant, institutional-grade settlements precisely as digital currencies enter their implementation phase. Not by coincidence, everything is happening simultaneously while the digital euro is being rolled out in Europe. And I remind you, the president of the European Central Bank and former head of the IMF, Christine Lagarde, she already told us that the digital euro implementation phase has already begun. So this is all moving from speculation to real-world implementation, with UK banks and financial institutions finally able to integrate Ripple's payment technology, leveraging digital assets like XRP. This changes the entire game for XRP adoption. Ripple operates precisely within this environment, where regulation, infrastructure, and institutional demands all merge together. Cassie Craddock, Ripple's UK CEO and Managing Director for the UK and Europe, made it clear that regulation now acts as a means of opening the door for institutional capital rather than an obstacle. That transition leads to more banks and more institutional-grade adoption towards Ripple's technology and XRP. This translates to more real-world usage and liquidity flowing towards Ripple's payment infrastructure. Sustained real-world usage ultimately drives long-term demand across the network. The new financial system is being rolled out quietly behind the scenes with regulation while 99% of the world population is not paying attention. XRP's implementation in the new financial system has already been set in motion a long time ago. This is happening simultaneously with the digital euro implementation phase that's taking place in Europe. That translates to more rails for XRP, a system that requires interoperability, fast finality, and low transaction fees. Hence why Ripple works side by side with financial institutions and regulators, securing XRP's adoption on the long term.
XRP is like a Bitcoin. It's a digital asset. It's today the third most valuable digital asset. And what we do is we take a transaction between banks, and instead of having a bank pre-fund an account at the other bank, which is how correspondent banking works today. The Bank of Brad in dollars would pre-fund to the Bank of Julia, perhaps in pounds, and then I would debit and credit that. But that means I have to pre-fund and have dormant capital sitting at that other bank. What we allow banks to do, we allow payment providers to do, is to tap into the liquidity of XRP liquidity. So today there's lots of liquidity between XRP and US dollar. There's lots of liquidity between XRP and British pound. And you could tap into that to move value in real time, in seconds. And even compared to Bitcoin, which takes up to 12 minutes to complete one transaction, XRP is extremely fast at about 3 seconds per transaction. that has meant XRP is extremely scalable in contrast to how Bitcoin works. The consumer itself doesn't actually see that it's flowing through XRP to solve the problem. What the consumer sees is simply a better product at a better price. And so we're seeing more momentum than we've ever had around using XRP to move this liquidity around the world. And so we couldn't really be happier about how that has played out in a world where there's still a lot, I think, of FUD, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of doubt about what's going on in crypto. This is a real use case solving a real problem for real customers.
And if you want to trade crypto without KYC before regulation is fully in place, I'm going to drop a link in the description of this video. You can withdraw up to $500,000 per day using Bitunix exchange. I secured a new campaign with Bitunix only for my subscribers, so go check that out on the description of this video. You can trade crypto without KYC, withdraw your XRP to a cold wallet, use leverage, buy spot. You can basically do everything and you don't need any KYC. Thank you, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments if you are bullish about XRP's adoption.